The United States has released its rankings for religious freedom, and among the nations flagged as quote-unquote countries of particular concern are Pakistan and China. What this essentially means is that egregious violations of religious freedom have been reported from these countries. And now the world is recognizing what India has been saying all along, that both our neighbors who join hands in preaching tolerance to India and the world are also together in excesses against minorities in their respective countries. Let's first take a look at China's track record. Nearly 1 million Uyghurs have been incarcerated in China, which means that 10% of the minority population is behind lockup. As per estimates of an Australian think tank, 8,500 mosques have been destroyed in China in just the last 3 years. In fact, 1 in every 12 Muslim residents is languishing in detention camps in China, as per the United Nations. On the other hand, Pakistan's transgressions are hidden from none. A study by University of Birmingham suggests that 1,000 Hindu and Christian girls are abducted every year in the country. Pakistan's own human rights panel says that an average of 20 girls are converted every month to Islam. It is this persecution that's reportedly forcing 5,000 Hindus to migrate to India every year, with 95% of their temples being converted into mosques and commercial buildings. As of now, only 13 out of 438 temples are currently operational. Now, the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said that the nations on its list have also engaged in or tolerated systematic and ongoing religious violations. However, this has never stopped Imran Khan from preaching the principles that it openly flouts. The Pak Prime Minister, while leaving no opportunity to interfere in India's internal affairs, turns a blind eye and deaf ear to the persecution in its own backyard.
The United States has now come out and named and shamed Pakistan and China, and has stated very clearly that in both these countries there is no religious freedom. The pointer towards China was how the Uyghur Muslims are being sent to correctional camps, and the pointer to Pakistan was that how the religious minorities over there, whether they are Hindus, they are Sikhs, or they are others, Buddhists and others, how they are prevented from practicing their own religion. Now, this is an eye-opener for the people in India who keep claiming that India is Islamophobic, and also that in India there is no religious tolerance.
This is really appreciable that American government has included China and Pakistan in that list of religious intolerance, I would say. But what is shocking about this list is that India is figuring nowhere, and it seems to be a kind of a fixed match between our saffron government and the Yankee government in America, that India has not been included in this list, and it's all the way really shocking.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's go across. Syed Zafar Islam, MP and national spokesman of the BJP, continues to be with us. RSN Singh author is with us. Colonel Shailendra Singh is also with us. He's a defense analyst. Brigadier Haris Nawaz joins us from Pakistan. He's a defense expert as well. And we have Kamar Chima, defense analyst, joining us. Let me begin, in fact, with RSN Singh. RSN Singh, when you look at, sir, the kind of report coming in, it's not entirely surprising. But the fact is that India is flanked on both sides by, the 10 countries in the world that have the worst track record in religious freedom, and thereby in terms of the human rights track record. And these are the same countries that raise questions about India, incidentally.
Please look at the larger picture. I mean, I can understand, the communist regimes, China or say North Korea or even Cuba, Nicaragua have been, placed on watch list. But the Chinese, they are very clear about their, communist precepts or the precepts of the CCP and their policies. I mean, they say that we will do Sunnisation of Islam. The no beard, no burqas, no halal. No naming of any child as Muhammad. They're very clear, and I have absolutely no issues with China, because it is their preference. How do they carry out nation building? So, but and they have also said that there'll be no umbilical with any outside external authority or organization as far as Christianity is concerned. So they're very clear. I have no issues about it. But Pakistan is a state which was a country created in the name of Islam. I can even understand Saudi Arabia. These are all theocratic regimes. You know, Saudi Arabia is the only country which was created in the name of a family, in collusion with the Wahhabis. So you know the umbilical between the two. Iran is again a theocratic Shia state. Saudi Arabia is unabashedly, a Sunni state. But Pakistan, a country, homeland for Muslims, Shias and Ahmadiyas they spearheaded the movement for creation of Pakistan. But look at the persecution of the Hazaras there. Hazaras have almost, they're fleeing every day in large numbers. And that is what their protege Taliban is doing.
Okay.
What they have done with Ahmadiyas.
Right.
Leave alone what they have done with Hindus and Sikhs.
Yes, important points that you have raised, sir. Important point. We have limited time. Colonel Anderson, I'm interrupting because we have... Yes.
But look...
Yes, we have limited time, sir, so I'm interrupting. I want to bring in Brigadier Harris Nawaz. Brigadier Harris Nawaz, I'm just going to quote from this statement. I'm coming back to you, sir, Mr. Singh. A very, very simple quote that I'm going to read out. These are the 10 worst countries in this category for having engaged or tolerated in systemic, ongoing, and egregious violations of religious freedom. This is what the Secretary of State has particularly said. And amongst the 10 worst countries in the world that US has designated, it includes Pakistan. With which moral authority, sir, does Pakistan then point a finger at India and say that you are violating human rights when you are accused of the worst violations?
Yes, the reasons are very clear. Because you are the proxy, you're doing everything, you're looking their feet. And the most intolerant religious country in the world is India, where you are persecuting Muslims, Christians.
What about Pakistan, sir? Is that why 5,000 Hindus leave Pakistan every year?
All freedom, absolutely, there's a freedom. Not a one incident, one mandir was destroyed.
Yeah.
The government and the
of 480 temples, only 13 are functional and operational right now.
It was, and what about the Babri Masjid? What happened in Gujarat?
Sir, there is a legal system here that works.
For God's sake.
Unlike Pakistan's legal system, where the ICJ has to actually instruct you to actually bring out, some kind of amendments, and even those amendments are a sham. In fact, if this goes back to the ICJ will probably pull up the Pakistan government.
I thought Mr. Singh is a very mature person. The way he is talking, it is totally rot. The way India is doing intolerance in India, you know what you have been doing in Muslims, you know what you have been doing with Dalits.
Sir, what are you talking? What about the violations of Sikhs? What about the violations of Hindus? What about the girls getting abducted and converted?
In Pakistan,
what are you talking, sir?
I'm so happy.
Do you have blinkers on your eyes? You don't know what's happening in Pakistan?
Can I just...
The forcible conversions?
Madhav, can I just come in?
We can quote 100.
Malala belongs to India, sir. Malala is from where? She has been hounded. She can't even come back to your country. The whole world knows what an embarrassment Pakistan is. When it comes to your track record of, you are not only producing terrorists, you are producing terrorists in neighboring countries also.
TTV was
shocking.
You've been funding over them.
Colonel Shailendra Singh wants to comment on this. Yes, Colonel Shailendra Singh.
Can I just...
Brigadier Harris, Harris sir,
yes.
सुन लो मेरी बात. As a Fauji, I was never expecting such words from you that somebody is speaking rot. That's his mind. You are allowed to speak your mind.
But we should talk logic
Let
at
us
least.
realize we are not on Pakistan TV. We are on an Indian TV. We could be little refined in our language. We could be little respectable towards each other. Now coming to the point proper. I don't blame you. I don't blame Pakistan at all. I don't blame China at all. I blame US. You are waking up now. I am asking United Nations, UNHRC. You are still not woken up. That where are the human rights being violated? You still want a watch list. It's a well-known fact what is happening where. I request, it is my strong recommendation to Pakistan, take action to stop all this nonsense. You should not allow. I think RSN sir has done a very beautiful research for you. A state, a country created for Muslims get accused of atrocities on Muslims only. I think you can stop it. As a country, we can definitely stop it. We don't have to. I can. What he is saying is very right. कि चलो Muslim और Sikh के साथ आप क्या करेंगे वो शायद बाद की बात है, बट आपकी कंट्री जिस चीज के लिए बनी, जिन मुस्लिम लोगों के लिए बनी, अगर उन्हीं के ऊपर आपने अत्याचार करने हैं।
I want Kamar Chima. Okay, I want Kamar Chima to come in now. Kamar Chima, one second. Let me just bring in Kamar Chima, and Zafar is also with us on the broadcast. Kamar Chima, simple question, sir. Now, there is a Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz member, Dr. Ramesh Kumar Wankwani. He has revealed in the Pakistan National Assembly that 5,000 Hindus migrate from Pakistan to India every year. Why do you think that is, sir? And doesn't that speak volumes for how minorities are treated in Pakistan?
Well, first of all, let me respond to your previous question. India is buying $3 billion drones from the United States in next month, 2+2 dialogue between America and India. Last year, India was...
What does that have to do with treatment of minorities?
सब कुछ आपको पैसों में दिखता है.
Sir, what does that have to do with treatment of minorities? हम minorities की treatment की बात कर रहे हैं, sir. आप defense deals पे चले गए. हम डिफेंस डील्स की बात ही नहीं कर रहे हैं सर.
कब पैसों की बातें कर रहे हो क्या?
Last year India was a country of particular concern by the US State Department when it comes to religious freedom. This year you have been removed because you are going to fight.
No, I'll tell you, sir. You want to know Pakistan's track record? You want to know Pakistan's track record in religious freedom? You want to know other reports?
No.
You want to know what the Human Rights Commission had said on Pakistan? About the number of human rights violations just last year? Will you deny your own Human Rights Commission's report, sir?
India was a country of particular concern. What brought you off the table? What brought India off the table of the country of particular concern? Last year, India was a country of... The Indian foreign minister did not give
what I find amazing, Kamar Chima, is that you're not even worried about the fact that the world is looking at you as a violator of religious freedom. You're not even concerned about that. You're only concerned about what India is doing. That's what's absolutely shocking. That's what's absolutely mind-boggling, sir. There are people leaving in droves and thousands where people are harassed, they're forcibly converted, they're abducted, and you just want to turn a blind eye from them. Your own country's human rights commissions have reported, your own media has reported it, and you don't even want to look at that. That's what's absolutely shocking. Zafar Islam now. Zafar Islam, this is a clear sign of people living in denial. They just don't want to accept what's happening in their own backyard, and they want to lecture others.
I was surprised when one of the Pakistani panelists from Pakistan, he was speaking about Indian Muslim. I'm an Indian Muslim, sir. And whatever you have said is factually not only incorrect, is an allegation you made. And you are a blind man. You are a blind man. Because I'm not. I didn't. See, you have been told not to be uncivilized. This is an Indian television channel. We believe in civility. We believe in civility. You are a stupid,
Mr. Kamar Chima, how many Muslims are migrating from India to Pakistan? Sir, please tell us. Please tell us, if you believe everything is equal, how many Muslims are leaving India and going to Pakistan? Tell us. How many are leaving, sir? Do you have the statistics?
It's a zero.
Do you have the statistics? It's a big fat zero. Because your country is a disaster in terms of human rights. You're a disaster economically, and you're the global epicenter of terrorism. Nobody wants to come to Pakistan. Let's be very clear.
Can I just complete? Madhav, can I just complete?
Quickly, yes, please. Size of Islam.
Very sad.
Never ever speak about Indian Muslim. We have absolute freedom, flexibility. We believe in the law of the land, and the law is there. It's not. No. It is not Pakistan where there is no law. It's a lawless country. Lawlessness in your country.
What is about NRC?
Everybody is allowed to practice their own. It is for the people who have because of you. You created a Pakistan. You created a Pakistan. And that's why some people, you are unleashing atrocities. You are subjecting to atrocities to Hindus and other communities. They need a protection. Some kind of protection. That's why.
All right, Syed Zafar Islam and Brigadier Harris. I want Colonel Arjun Singh to come in now. Colonel Arjun Singh.
Responsible for that.
No, the most recent achievement of the Pakistan military is that it has created a political wing called Tehreek-e-Labbaik of Barelvis and pitted the Barelvis against the Deobandis. So the biggest Islamophobic country in the world is Pakistan. It started how they treated with the dead body of Jinnah. Try to give it a semblance of a Sunni burial, and had Shia rights in the quiet. Then assassination of Liaquat Ali Khan. All other countries, Islamic countries in the world, are known by their ethnicity. It is Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, or whatever it is, Kyrgyzstan. Only Pakistan was created in the name of Islam.
All right, we'll have to leave it there, sir. We are completely out of time. Arison Singh, Syed Zafar Islam, Colonel Shailendra Singh, Brigadier Haris Nawaz, and Kamar Chima. I think the facts are there for all to see. The fact that at the international fora, the manner in which Pakistan and China are being clapped together with perhaps the worst track record of the 10 countries in the world by the US is there for all to see. We leave it to our viewers to decide what they believe as far as that report is concerned. With that, it's a wrap on the show tonight.